Hello, everybody. Good day, and welcome to Oh So Delicious Good News. My name is Maggie Ramirez, and I have lots of good news for you today. We're going to start off with a survey and article from the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast made an article determining what U.S. cities were the most tolerant based on factors including hate crime, diversity, and attitude towards same sex marriage. And on number three, we have San Francisco, California. And trailing on number two, we have Honolulu, Hawaii. And our number one, and topping the list, we have Durham, North Carolina. That is amazing. This is also great to know because we get to see what cities around the US are very tolerant and different areas that we might be interested in, as well as hopefully soon we can source that all of the cities around the world can be back to back based on being a lovely and peaceful city to live in. So, hopefully, soon we will have pretty much everyone on top of the list. Yes? I think so. Well, let's continue with the good news. The HuffPost created a top 10 most uplifting stories from their Greatest Persons of the Day series. And I pulled a person from that day, which I thought would be perfect because it was just recent that it happened. Pete Fontana is the chief elf officer at the New York Post Office. He takes the thousands of Christmas wish lists that are addressed to Santa and readies those letters for the donors to pick up. When the donors come back to drop off the gifts, Mr. Fontana does personally deliver the gifts to the children. And he says that that's the best part is meeting the people because it energizes him. And it is amazing. I think that's a beautiful story. And hopefully the post offices around the world can jump on board with him. And this next Christmas, we can have more secret Santas that can, know that they can go to the post office and pick up letters from children or people that are sending letters to Santa and, make a difference in this world. Go buy a present and know that it's going to bring lots of love and joy into a child's heart. So, post office people out there, you're hearing me. Go ahead and jump on board and make it happen. Make it happen at your post office that people can go and say, hey, any Santa letters that I can, take and see maybe even communities or centers can gather and have a group where, a bunch of people can, be secret Santas. So I thought that was a beautiful thing to do. And I hope that we can continue it and actually make it grow and not just have maybe one post office do it or just one post office have a chief elf, but have, all of these post offices around the world with lots of chief elves that are handling the Christmas letters to Santa. Yes, sounds good to me. Let's continue to our next topic. And this is a beautiful topic. This is a 13-year-old child prodigy. It's the math prodigy proud of his autism. And his name is Jake Barnett. He's a 13-year-old college sophomore and a math and science prodigy. He says that he owes his talents and abilities to his autism. That is the reason that he is in college and why he is so successful, he says. At age 8, he began to take college courses. He finished his state of Indiana 6th to 12th grade curriculum in a little over a year. That's amazing. A 8-year-old child finishes grade 6 to 12 curriculum so that he can graduate and attend college full term. I mean, wow, that's just amazing. And the beauty of this story is that for any family members or friends that you might know of that have autism, they should learn from this and see that they should stop seeing autism as a disease for them, and they should see it as a gift. They should see the raw talent that it can bring for them, because it brought it out in Jake. And I hope you can go to the link. It's going to be on the description of this video. Go to the link and watch his video. It's just brilliant how a 13-year-old boy um, is doing all of this, and he's hoping that by the age of 14 he can graduate and start his PhD program. Isn't that amazing? A 14-year-old. That's just great. It's brilliant, and I love listening to amazing stories like that. So Jake, amazing. I love you. Seriously. It's just awesome that you're doing what you do. Keep on doing it and keep on being such a success for your life, and also an inspiration to the lives of many. All right, let's continue to a beautiful story. A beautiful story of a Coral Springs businessman who gives $5,000 to a man named Armando Fontaine. He's a disabled man that had his automobile stolen from right outside his home, a 1996 Nissan Sentra. It was stolen from right outside his home, and it went with his wheelchair mount, and his footrest went along with the car, obviously. So El Señor Armando says that these $5,000 saved his life because he had no money to afford to buy a new car. Now, this Coral Springs businessman, who wishes to remain anonymous, made a donation after seeing the NBC Miami's broadcast. And that's amazing. That's amazing, where, you know, including the part of being anonymous, knowing that it was selfless of him to donate $5,000 to a man in need, knowing that they took his car, they took his wheelchair mount, and they took his footrest with the vehicle. You would think, why would someone do that, right? Like, who in their right mind would take a car from a disabled man? But you know what? It's just perfect. The world works perfectly because it also gives the opportunity of people like this man, this Coral Springs businessman, to come out and show the world that there are wonderful giving people out there that are very selfless and are willing to give when there's someone in need. So there's always an opportunity if you see things in a positive way. And to conclude the great news for today, we are going to Bluffton, South Carolina, where 2 years ago, at the Corner Perk coffee shop, a cycle of generosity began and lately is spinning out of control. The anonymous female donor gave $100 to the shop and asked them to cover the following clients until it ran out. This donor kept it going for a few months, but now other clients are jumping on board, and in the past few weeks have paid it forward as well. It only takes one person and a few dollars to make a difference. So my message to you is, what could you do? It really only takes a few dollars. So if you have a few bucks to spare, you can start a cycle of good and giving anywhere. You can do it at a coffee shop. You can do it pretty much anywhere that the opportunity renders itself. So let's think about this. What could we do in our neighborhood that could make a difference? It only takes one person. Let that person be you. My name is Maggie Ramirez, and you just finished watching Oh So Delicious Good News. Until next time, may you have much peace and richest blessings.